Is it going from your channel or what is it?
How do we do that?
Q loves you all on Facebook. / Q loves you all.
Q loves you all.
Yes.
Okay.
Right behind you there.
I'm going to share right now.
And we are live.
We live?
Yes, we are.
Are we on? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the 4th edition of Zoom 1 hour comedy hour. I have a great line of comics. I usually book 3 comics. I booked 6 tonight. That's how desperate I was for 3 minutes of Zoom comedy for each comic. But I've been in LA. I've been in Ohio, Cleveland since March 6th. This last week, I flew back to LA. I was in LA for 2 days. And let me tell you something. The air, like I said, the air in LA right now is so clear. You can actually, for the first time ever, see people's ulterior motives. It's amazing. Local reference jokes. Traffic is super light though, man. I washed my car and I felt like it ran better. And I'm thinking, maybe I should shower more. You ever do that? Okay. I was actually writing a joke about, before COVID, I was writing a joke about driving in LA called The Slow and the Furious. Okay, terrible joke. I'll tell you one thing, man. I miss doing LA shows. I used to do a lot of Italian shows. You guys, anybody, Mike, you're Italian, right? You got to do Joey's show. It's all Italian, guys, right? We just do Italian stuff. Here's my impression of 2 Italian comedians talking after a set. Hey, how'd you think I did? How'd you think that joke did tonight? I didn't think it worked that well. What if I say it louder? I'm a little spacey. I just flew in from Salt Lake City. I was in Salt Lake City this morning. Flew in today. Anybody been? I don't know. Salt Lake City, obviously the Mormon capital. My question is, do Mormons think Groupon is a dating site? All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Is it Verizon?
Yeah. I actually flew in today, and like I said, and I'm not saying airplanes are getting smaller, but if they get any smaller, the slogan "United We Stand" is going to make a lot more sense. That's not a great joke. Trying to stay in shape, guys. Aren't we all? Because of this stupid COVID, I haven't been able to use my gym membership since 2004. Not a great joke. If they did, let's be honest. If they did a documentary on COVID, would it be a viral video? That's
Hey,
come on, guys.
That deserves a crowd view on that one. Yeah.
COVID. I haven't done curbside pickup this often since. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, come on, think about it. You guys realize if the song "Stand By Me" was released today, it would be considered rebellious?
Doing a comedy show.
Okay. Who's in a relationship out there? Just go, yeah. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. When it comes to relationships, all girls say they want the notebook, but what they really want is a 2-ring binder. Come on, anybody?
My audio is still not working.
I'm actually at my girlfriend's house. My girlfriend is a dentist. I met her at a bar. I didn't know she was a dentist. I go, "What do you do for a living?" She goes, "I'm a dentist." I go, "Do you find that fulfilling?"
Oh man.
And, problem is she never stops being a dentist. She's always like looking at my teeth, commenting on my teeth, like I'm yawning. She's like, "No." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "You have some recession on your lowers. Do you rinse?" I'm like, "I don't know. Do you swallow?" Took that conversation right over. Let me ask you something though. I've been thinking about this. She's a dentist, right? If she hits a milestone, would it be weird to get her a plaque?
Hey,
that's the first time I've used that one on Zoom. Not that
it's a good one.
Hey, my friend asked me if I go to Disneyland. I said, "Hey, more often than not." Okay, come on, guys.
I'm gonna go back to no audio. My audio. More audio.
Who said that? Who said that?
I think it was Shannon.
Oh, that was okay. That was the best one yet. Hey, when truck drivers turn 65, do they semi-retire? That's a damn good joke. Don't care what anybody says. I asked my friend, I go, "Hey, what's your dominatrix's name?" He goes, "Beats me." I go, "Yeah, I know, but what's her name?" Just so you guys know, on my way out, I'm almost. This is my last joke. I joined just because I'm bored like everybody else. I joined these Facebook groups that are clean jokes and dad jokes and puns. Like, look, you have to be like squeaky clean. I'm like, great. I'll just throw some of my jokes on there just for fun. I posted this joke. Hey, I was watching the History Channel, all reruns. Like 200 likes, like almost 90 shares. That's a terrible joke. Is that crazy or what? So anyhow, but then I posted like another one that didn't do very well. I said, if a group of, I posted this today. There is a restaurant in Washington, D.C. called Lincoln. It's a Abraham Lincoln themed restaurant. And my question is, if you call early, can you reserve the John Wilkes booth? Come on, guys. All right. This next guy coming to the stage is also a fellow Ohioan. He's also a veteran, so let's give him props for that. He's also a fantastic friend of mine, and he's a really great comedian. Let's give it up for Mr. Justin Wood, you guys. Bring him up. Come on.
Hey, whoa, look at me. I look good tonight. Oh, man, I am doing comedy from Casa Escobar parking lot in Santa Monica, California. So that's what's happening here.
Right around the corner from me.
Oh,
yeah.
Casa Escobar? Is it still standing?
Oh, it's here, buddy. It's here. It's surviving.
All right.
And this is probably like the 30th weirdest thing I've done this year. So this is nothing, man.
Do you live in that parking lot?
Right.
The beard says yes. The beard says yes. No, but recently had trouble with Chase Bank. You guys bank with Chase. They let me know that for the past 16 months I've been paying for someone's Netflix account in Zimbabwe. And they just picked up on this. And I was pissed at first. I was like, why aren't you guys like picking up on this? How has this happened? But then I got excited because that means for the past 16 months, $13.99 has been missing from my checking account and I haven't noticed. And I've never felt more financially stable. So it turned out to be a good thing, dude. Yeah, true story. Beginning of the year, I got diagnosed with crippling anxiety, which is crazy. But also, if there is one word that somebody suffering from anxiety doesn't want to hear, it's crippling. Like my therapist told me that, and I was like, holy shit, am I ever going to be able to walk again? And she was like, yeah, but maybe just not into a crowded bar. And I was like, holy shit, how did my therapist know about the pandemic? That was so crazy. She knew about it in January, man. Oh, man. True story, dude. True story. Oh, man. And then what else? Something else. Oh, yeah. A little backstory about me. My grandpa, he went to prison. He was trying to bootleg moonshine from West Virginia to Ohio and ended up serving 7 years in prison for bootlegging.
Wow.
And I think I made him proud during this pandemic because 2 months ago, I bootlegged my barber into my apartment in Santa Monica, California. That's thug life right there, dude. That's thug life. Yeah. I hate to admit it. The pandemic was a little hard on me. I relapsed. I'm not proud of it. Not of drugs or alcohol, but I rejoined Facebook after 2.5 years.
I noticed that. I tagged you on this flyer.
Yeah, dude. I've been on Facebook for but I hate Facebook, man. Like it's all just like it's all just a bunch of white dudes trying to act woke. And I'm like, dude, what are you hiding? Like, I don't trust any of you. And I mean, I'm woke. I admit I am woke. I saw Get Out twice in the movie theaters. So, and dude, I haven't used a straw in 4 months. Dude, I haven't used a straw in 4 months. That's
Congratulations.
That's what right? That's what dollar bills and keys are for. Am I right? Hey. Oh man. That's a Gaslight karaoke bar joke right there, Johnny Cardinale.
Dude, local references.
Got that for you. What else happened? Oh, me and my girlfriend became parents. Proud of that. Proud of that, dude. Yeah, thank you. We adopted a cat from the Santa Monica pet shelter. So, you know, that's why I now have this cat dad bod. And
dude, your cat looks a lot like John, my girlfriend's cat.
I know, they do. They might have they might have the same dad or brother or something.
Good looking cats. Good looking cats.
But it's crazy, man. When I first got my cat, all my friends were like, you got to make your cat an Instagram page. You got to make your cat an Instagram page. And I was like, I'm not making my cat an Instagram page. No way in hell. But now me and my cat share an Instagram page. So she knows I'm not on there liking other pictures of cats. It's a insecure couple joke right there.
Yeah.
And that joke is obviously unrealistic. Of course, I made my cat an Instagram page. And if you guys want to follow her, it's a cat named Roxy. So if she gets to 100 followers. Yeah, you know. What else? A lot of politics being talked. We're not going to talk about it. But I was talking to my grandma the other day. My Grammy, God bless her soul, 94 years old, pride in Nashville, Tennessee. And she was telling me, she's like, hey, if boys can marry boys and girls can marry girls, then why can't I marry my dog? And I was like, Grammy, that's silly. Why would you say that? Dogs can't do dishes. So means I'm woke. I'll leave you guys with a little dating advice. I'm glad I'm not dating anymore. I'm glad I'm not dating because there's this new thing going around called ghosting. You guys familiar with ghosting?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ghosting is when you go on one date with somebody and you decide, I want absolutely nothing to ever do with your existence again. So I'm not going to talk to you ever again. And I don't give a shit about that awkward phase of depression you're about to go through for the next 3 to 5 weeks. And we got to put an end to it. And look, I'm not proud to say this, but I've done it before. And I'm not happy. I did it twice, but it was to the same girl. So in Tinder math, that's once. So, but dude, check it out. We're going to put an end to that epidemic tonight. You guys, all 7 of you tuned into this show tonight for my dating advice. And here's how we're going to put an end to ghosting. Next time you're on a date with somebody you don't want to be there with, be a grown-up about it. Look that person in the eye and say, I love you. And you'll never hear from that person again. And you told them the most absolute, polite, kindest thing you could ever tell somebody. But if they say it back to you, don't take advice from a comedian talking on a phone, dude. Come on, man. Hey, you guys have been great tonight. Love you guys.
Justin Wood, everybody. Let's give it up for the camera angle, too. I didn't realize.
Like that.
I didn't realize
you gotta go across the street.
I didn't realize you're doing Citizen Kane, the short movie.
Yeah. So, all right,
Orson
guys, I gotta jump
tonight. Okay.
I gotta jump off there. I love you guys.
By the way, good night. You go. God bless, dude. And
all right, buddy.
Your other party tonight. Yep.
All right, see ya.
Party. By the way, my girl ghosted me. And by that, I mean, every time I perform, she goes, boo. All right. That's a terrible joke. You guys ready for your next comic? Mike, is Mike here? Mike in the house? There he is. I have to look at one minute. There. So this next guy, he not only is a comedian and he's a producer, he's a writer. He produces podcasts too. You should look him up if you're interested in that. And he's also hilarious. And he's Italian. Give it up for Mike Masilotti, everybody. Come on. How's it going, Mike?
Everybody. So I don't want to start with everything. It's been a rough ups and downs for me. So I'll start with beginning of quarantine. I lost my dog, which losing a pet during COVID is like being on a plane when it crashes with a celebrity on it. You know what I mean? When everyone's like losing actual family members, like, no, but my dog, you know. But,
that's one of the best analogies I've ever heard, surprisingly. Like you're on a plane, like, oh my God, Rob Lowe.
Yeah, I'm done. Exactly. So yeah, my dog's getting no coverage. Yeah, before he passed, it was weird because I feel like he, dogs fart a lot. But it was funny because as he was getting getting older, we were getting bummed out, realizing his time was coming, and we would start getting upset in front of him, and he was just a gassy dog. So he would fart and then we would start laughing. And then he realized that, oh, if I fart, they laugh. So this dog would just go around farting all day. So we would laugh instead of cry. It was pretty sweet, pretty good dog. The funny thing though is his name was Arson, and which is fine, you know, fun dog name. But it sucks when you're texting people like about it. I'm just like, oh my God, I miss Arson. Arson is my favorite. I wish I could, you know, Arson was here right now. It's not, you know, I think the FBI might be checking my phone. It's not the best. The best. But, then like 3 months go by, you know, I'm just kind of doing my thing. And then I ended up adopting a dog actually this week, a couple days ago. And he's a little French bulldog. And when I met him, it was kind of weird. Like the mom, this woman had him and she couldn't keep him anymore. She wanted to meet me and make sure it was a good fit for the dog. So like he was on his way to my house and I felt like it was a first date. Like I was cleaning my apartment. Like I actually put chicken wings in the oven and turned it on. So my house smelled a little bit like chicken wings. So the dog could kind of get the vibe and be like, oh, this is a good spot. I mean, like I felt it was really weird. Like I was going to eat, but then I was like, well, what if he's hungry? I want to wait till he gets here. I didn't want to be rude. So it was just kind of weird. He's a deaf dog, by the way, which yes, we checked it. We went up behind him with car horns. We screamed at him. He's a deaf dog. He has giant ears. Like Frenchies have giant ears, which is kind of weird. Him being deaf, it's fake boobs. Like they don't work, but they're fun to look at. His ears are.
You got a picture? Where is your dog? Is he around?
Oh yeah, he's right there. Dude,
that's your #1 fan.
Yeah.
Got him rolling.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't care about it. It's funny. He can't hear me at all, so it's kind of nice. Like he doesn't have to put up with my shit. But let's see. I had some other stuff. Blah, blah. Dogs are like, oh yeah. It does kind of feel like I went 3 months without a dog. I've had a dog my whole life, family dogs, and I do realize dogs are he's like a bro. Like it really is more of like I got like, you know, he's always behind me. He's always got my back. Like, you know, it's just I don't know, the connection we have with dogs. Like I don't know. It was very funny to see instantly how I'm just like, oh, okay, this is it's like a fraternity. Like this dude comes in, he's wearing his underwear, I'm wearing mine, we're chest bumping. It's pretty sweet.
By the way, I hear in Greece, when a dog has your back, it's a whole different story. I never.
Let's see. I think that might be it. Oh yeah, I don't know. So for my first dog, like when we brought him to the vet, we didn't really know anything was wrong with him. And it's basically when you bring your car in to get fixed, but they tell you the car's totaled, and you're like, well, we're gonna fix it anyway, and then it just stops running a couple months. Never mind, it's probably too dark.
Oh, dude, go dark. Who cares? Come on, it's a Zoom comedy show, bro.
Yeah.
The darker, the better.
Oh yeah, so I do miss being. I've had a girlfriend for a while. I do kind of miss being single. Like I just like going on dating sites and swiping. It's a lot of fun. So now I find myself actually swiping the new friends bar on like Facebook, just like looking for new friends. Just like, oh, this is someone that looks like we could connect. I don't know. I think I might be close to. Oh yeah, so my right now my girlfriend's living in New York. She's a doctor. She's way better than me. But she's, you know, it's cool because we're talking about having kids one day. I think I have to do it with this girl. Like I don't think I'm gonna do better than a doctor for my kids. You know what I mean? I gotta just take the bullet. But it's fun too because I do this for a living or try to. So like I can't really tell my kids what to do with their lives, but she can. Like one day she can have the honest conversation with them and say like, if you two study for most of your life, really like dedicate yourself, you can also make a lot of money one day and be a doctor. And she's right. But then when she leaves the room, I can lean into my kids and be like, or you can just date a doctor. All right, guys, I'm Mike Maslotti. So
right?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my God, your dog is so cute. And by the way, this is a known fact. If you go to a dog park in LA, you'll hear the word rescue more times in 90 seconds than a 9/11 operator will hear one in a month. All right, I didn't do that very well. By the way, this is also a fact. You know that a dog has a better chance at finding a forever home than a comedian? Come on, guys. All right, next comic coming to the stage. We're rolling along here, and I love saying we're rolling along here. This girl is not only a comedian, she does a one-woman show, which I've seen. She's got her own show called Story Worthy at the Improv every Sunday at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's give
Well,
it
the
up.
improv's closed. I don't know if you heard that, Johnny.
Oh, that's right. It's technically at the improv.
You're on Zoom.
All right, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I didn't know that existed. Let's give it up for my good friend Christine Blackburn.
Hey, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Wow. I'm here every night. And I recently turned 50. How about that? And I turned 51. And then I turned 52. It keeps happening. Okay, listen, I got a new pair of headphones. They're amazing. They are wireless. But then this morning I shit my pants. So I can't hear. I cannot hear. When those are on, they cancel all the noise out. So I thought I was, doing one thing, and then the sharding led to, okay, you get the Listen, let's keep with the theme. I rescued a kitten last week. I might show her to you guys because she's right over there. But that's why this eye, I know you guys think I'm stoned, which I am, but this eye is particularly red because guess who scratched me?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had to the doctor. It turns out it's called kitten scratch fever.
Oh. Yes.
Johnny.
Why did I not think of that joke?
So I am quarantined here with my daughter, and so I've been homeschooling, and now of course I'm the summer counselor. And next week I got to go back to homeschooling, and now I'm supposed to know how to teach 8th grade math. That's not going to happen, like I stopped like math in like about 4th grade. Like I got through fractions, but that's just really so I can buy weed. I usually get a quarter or half. Or if I got paid, I get a pound, so I know a little bit of math, but not enough to be homeschooling. That's for sure. It helps. I'll say that. I recommend that to any parent out there who needs to occupy their child. Get yourself a rescue cat, a little kitty that needs attention, and your child will in fact be occupied. So my daughter, she knows I smoke weed, of course, but she calls it Mama's going to the kitchen. Weed, of course, legal in California and a lot of other places, and it is essential.
Not in Ohio.
Stores are open. And it's just weird though going in now. You guys know. I mean, it's like the Gap. You walk in and there's somebody like in a polo shirt, the logo, and they say, oh, what did you want today? An ointment, an edible, something, an ointment, something that you can, eat or digest, or did you want something that comes in a paste? And I'm like, I just really want to smoke weed. That's what I was hoping to do. So that would be good. And then, of course, all the weed packages are childproof.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I'm going to start doing that as a challenge when I do these Zoom shows. I'm going to start doing the open the weed pack challenge because it's so hard. They make it so difficult and it's frustrating because it is either legal or it is not legal. I mean, can you imagine if you want to crack a beer and there's like a zip thing across the top that you have to make the two things green and then pull it? Nobody's going to stand for that. There'd be no more alcoholism.
That is true.
But I will do what it takes. I usually just cut it. I just cut it across, and then I'm in. That's nice. My daughter, she is 13, and that is puberty. She's kind of on the back end of puberty. But I don't know if you guys have kids, but if you have a kid, you got to be very honest with kids because they're super smart. So like my daughter was asking me about virginity. And again, I just told her flat out, because that's how you really have to parent. I told her how most girls lose their virginity at the age of 35. So I told her that right away. Her name, by the way, is Alabama, my daughter. And sometimes I think I should have named her something more progressive. You know what I mean? Like Bernie Sanders. Actually, I named her Alabama after that movie. You guys remember that movie called True Romance?
Yeah.
Trisha Arquette.
Yeah.
Right? Played Alabama Worley. She was a prostitute in that movie. So my daughter asked me about that, and I'm like, oh, well, a prostitute, honey, is someone that does all their homework, gets up when their mommy calls them out of bed, and they usually lose their virginity between the ages of 28 and 35. Let me tell you, see if I want to tell you guys anything else real quick here. I'm trying to get the kitten over here. I'm just gonna hold that kitten up, and then you'll see. I'm not looking for cheap applause, but you'll applaud because she's super cute. I went to the beach yesterday. Went to the beach here in LA. Nobody's wearing masks, but I don't know. I don't think you have to wear a mask in the ocean, or because the wind, right? There's a lot of wind at the beach, and I don't think you need a mask. Either that, or I am now sick with COVID. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much, Johnny Cardinale. Thanks, guys.
Give it up. You mentioned the word Gap, and it just made me think. There is the Gap, the store, right?
Right.
And then they have Baby Gap and Gap Kids. Shouldn't they have one for older people? Age Gap? Come on, guys. That's.
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All right. Shannon, are you ready? Shannon Lee.
Oh yeah.
Great comedian. Somewhat of a new friend. We've gotten to know each other a lot. Oh my God, you got a dog too. So let's just bring her right up, and you can tell us about your dog and whatever else.
I love that you just called me a good, great comedian. Is it good or is it great? Which one is it? Good or is it good?
Great
I'm
comedian.
a little jumpy. Thank you. I'm a little jumpy right now because right before I dialed into the Zoom, I heard like a snap, snap, snap sound, and I have a mouse living with me. He moved in about a week ago, and I don't know if he's dead. So, if I die during this, amazing comedy set, that's why, the mouse. But I think I killed him. No, but I've been like cleaning up his poop all week. He lives under my oven. It literally sounds like every relationship I've ever been in. That's weird. No, but after he'd been here about a week, I started to think, I'm single. And I'm banking on the fact that he's probably single, but now I've killed him. So sounds like every relationship I've been in my life. Speaking of murder, I've been watching a lot of true crime, and I've been thinking about like, what are all the murderers doing right now? Do you think? Because if you think about it, like that's what they do. They constantly just think about very strategically how they're going to kill people, like plans and like all this stuff. Like they premeditate murder. Like that's their job. And now it's just like, okay, here's the plan. If I want to kill Bob, what do I do? And Bob's like sitting in his recliner every day from 4 to 12. He pees every 20 minutes. So now the murderers are like, well, I guess I'll just go to Bob's house and kill him while he's peeing. Like super boring, I've been thinking a lot about murder. If you haven't thought about murder at least once during the pandemic, like you need to grow up. You know what I mean? Everybody's been thinking about murder. Not me though. Not at all. Life is crazy. Dating is hard. I got this notification from Bumble that said the dating pool is now an ocean. So reset your distance parameters to the United States. And I'm like, motherfucker, I live in LA. My distance parameters are 5 miles from my house. Like if I have to cross the 405 for you, you're not my soulmate. You know what I mean? But seriously, no, like Bumble needs to know my fucking boundaries as a patron. But like, what am I going to do? Am I going to end up engaged to a man I met on video chat from Oklahoma or something? Like, I mean, look, the pool might be an ocean, but if that fish is from Oklahoma, I'm throwing it back. I'm not fucking moving to Oklahoma. No offense to anybody from Oklahoma, but like hard no on Oklahoma. I'm single, as I mentioned. I was dating somebody and I broke up with him right before the pandemic because I didn't know there was going to be a pandemic. And public service announcement, don't necessarily break up with someone right before a global pandemic because you might realize that the last person you dated is sort of the last person on earth. Yeah. So
fair enough.
I went back to him and I was like, hey, want to get back together? And he said, Shannon, you made a pretty compelling case for why we're not compatible. And I actually, I was, bummed, but I agree with you. And I was like, no, no, we are compatible. We are very compatible. You know, the distance that we've experienced, it's made the heart grow fonder. You know, you don't know what you have until it's gone. I basically just kept throwing like 90s hairband lyrics at him until he agreed to get back together with me.
Great
And it worked. But the problem was, then he said he couldn't come over. And I was like, when you're dating someone, like you see them. And he said, well, he has roommates. And they were concerned about him breaking their like quarantine situation. And I was like, literally, you have to break quarantine for me. That's the only thing you can do to show a girl you care right now, is to break quarantine for them. And so he went back and he talked to his roommates, and they agreed. They came up with a compromise that if he quarantined with me for 2 weeks and we didn't see anybody, then he could come here and then he could go back. So before I knew it, this motherfucker was eating all of my food, drinking all of my White Claws, leaving the toilet seat open. He was living with me. And I had to have like a moment, you know, on like day 7. And I said, okay, if LA has taught me anything, you can still be attracted to a guy who drinks a kale smoothie. You can do this. Like, you got this. It's okay. But then it was actually day 13. And I walked into my living room and I saw my nail clippers. And then below that were a lot of nail clippings that weren't mine. So I marched into my bedroom where he was probably farting. And I said, listen, I thought I could do this until the economy like fully reopened, but I can't, this is just not working for me. I would love to say I said every rose has its thorn, but I didn't say that, but I wish I did, just to really cap it off there, you know? But I would like to say this. I lived with a guy for 2 weeks. And that's the longest I've lived with a man or a mouse since my ex-husband died.
Oh.
I mean, he's alive, but he's dead to me. You know what I mean? And the real lesson here, you guys, I want to leave you with this. Don't date a grown man that has 4 roommates. You know what I mean? Just do yourself a favor. Google this person before you go out with them and make sure that they're not a registered sex offender, or in my case, someone who is poor. Okay?
Hey.
Things are going well over here, really well. Thank you guys.
Oh, it's like my girlfriend might be watching this in the other room, and back home at my house in LA, I have 3 roommates. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna know.
Oh shit, you're getting dumb, sir. You're getting dumb.
Oh
look at that cat.
Oh my God, you cannot be serious. The little
I thought
white
about getting a cat just to
paws,
kill this mouse.
and it looked like a Christmas ball. I mean,
This
almost.
is my cat, Jerry.
Where's Jerry?
Oh
Jerry's
no,
right
you're kidding me. Look at that little scruffer. Holy.
Look, he won't even look at you guys. He's so mad at me.
I know he
won't
won't.
look at you.
Oh my God. He's smarter than
And I have
smarter
a
than
big
all
fat
of us.
English bulldog in the corner. She doesn't move very quickly though.
Your dog
There's
is
big fat
smarter than
bulldog.
all of us. Refuses to do Zoom.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Let's continue the pet show.
Yeah. I just flew
Pets
back.
are funnier than we are.
Oh, any day of the week. I just
Pets
flew
just wrote their
back
jokes 10
from,
minutes ago.
I just flew back from Salt Lake. Sitting next to me. Can you see that? I don't know. This
Spotlighting it.
dog-
Oh.
Aww.
I was like sitting there like this, like the whole time, like I just kept looking at that dog. Anyway, I was like the cutest thing I ever saw in my entire life. I want to keep the show going though. This girl, she's been all over the world with me. She's done a couple of my military tours. She's from Canada originally, so you know she's kooky already, and she's also hilarious. One of my best friends in comedy. Give it up for Christina Walker.
Yay.
Bring her up.
Hi, everyone.
Woo!
I'm Canadian, but you can't tell because I'm still in America. Thank you. I showered.
Woo!
Nice.
Oh, good.
Very nice.
1 joke down, 8 to go. No, I definitely have not showered today. But thank you for thinking I did. I feel like a lot of people have talked about like being in quarantine and gaining weight or letting themselves go, but like I feel like I'm letting myself go aesthetically. Anybody else? Like, I feel like when I knew that I was gonna be stuck in my apartment for like a long time, I was like on my patio, literally throwing razors off my balcony, like I was afloat in a parade. You know what I mean? Like, I'm walking around my apartment, my underwear look like they have tassels. My legs kind of look like Christmas trees with too much tinsel. Like my body from the waist down looks like a character in Letterkenny. You only probably get that reference if maybe you're Canadian.
I didn't get it, yeah.
It's bad. I've been like rewatching old movies, which is really fun because like if you have like let your pubes like go a little bit, if you're watching Grease, you can literally twirl your pubic hair into little kanikis as you watch the movie. Okay, it seems like I lost the crowd. I just love Zoom so much. This is fun. This is only my third Zoom show, so I'm very here. I don't even like YouTube. Like that's weird. So this is awkward. So this is very real. I moved to New York on March 1st. I've had a lifelong dream of living in New York, and I actually moved here on February 29th, and I totally romanticized it. I was like, February 29th, I'm taking a leap of faith on a leap year. Oh my God, like this is gonna be so great. I love it. And then I got here, and everyone died. And everything, I'm such a positive person. Like from the second I knew that this was going to happen, I was going to move to New York. Like I've been so excited. Like I pictured like all my dreams coming true. You know what I mean? Like even the day I got off of this apartment, my apartment's pretty dope. I live in Williamsburg. I have really cheap rent. And the day I got offered this apartment was the same day that Kobe died, which was obviously very sad. And Kobe and I have the same birth year. We're both 41. So when he died, I saw my birth year in his obituary, like, I don't know, like 16 times a day. It was like 1978 to 2020, 1978 to 2020, 1978 to 2020. I was just like, I have to take this apartment in New York. Like, I don't even know, like I could die at any moment. I have to like fulfill my dreams of living in New York. And then I got here and I was like, I could die at any moment. Okay, I do want to talk about WAP. Are you guys like nervous about how to say it because you've only been reading about it?
What?
Yeah.
Do we say WAP or do we say WAP?
Yeah, say WAP.
Okay, so I'm in my 40s and I'm really just trying to keep up. I truly don't know. Look at these lines on my chest. Like you can tell I'm like, I don't know how to say WAP. Okay. So anyways, I have some additional lyrics I'd like to add to the song. Okay. Because I am like, I'm very much into this song, just so you guys know. I love Cardi B. I think it's great. And I think it's good for women to acknowledge our sex drives, right? Because it is so much of our lives, we just get shamed for talking about sex. So I do love the song, and but I have an added lyric I'd like to, because I'm really bad at sexting. Like I'm like quirky horny. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not like, oh, like look at me, you know. I'm like more like, don't look at me, you know. But also I want to have sex. This is the last sex I sent out. This is a real sex I sent. January. I don't know if it fits in the song. Really, if I could like put one lyric in wet ass pussy. That's I think the technical term for the song. Johnny, is this too dirty for your show? Let me know.
Absolutely not.
I know. I was so excited when you did a dirty joke. Okay.
Right?
So,
never do that.
Okay, so here's a text I sent in January. Tell me if you think it's WAP worthy. You make me wetter than the bottom of a bag of baby carrots.
It's a great visual.
Do you ever get the baby carrots? There's always like a lot of water in the bottom.
What is that? I cut the bottom. I let it drain.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, cool. I'm not sure if this is my comedy act or if this. I'm just looking for you guys to give me therapy.
Validation.
Anyways,
I'm not qualified for that.
I know. Sometimes when I do these, this is my third Zoom show, but sometimes just the way the apartments are lined up here, like my neighbor downstairs will like text me. She'll be like, "Can you keep it down up there?" I'm alone burping. Like, to call back to a couple of you guys. Okay, so yeah, Shannon. So I'm single too. I have been dating, and dating right now is obviously a shit show.
So fun.
It's so weird because it's like you don't want to go out with anyone. Do you know what I mean? You're like, well, like I told this one guy.
Gross. Yeah,
it's impossible to like, I don't know. Guys want to get laid and girls want to follow social distancing, and those two things don't fucking coincide. Like it never happens.
Right, I have a friend going through that.
Like Tinder is a good place to go if you want to meet a guy who spells titties with 2 D's. So it's a whole thing, but I, whatever. I have been dating, and like it's been like text dating though. It's just like I don't know. It's awkward, and Christine, you were talking about how it's hard to get into like a packet of. Were you talking about weed or edibles?
Both are hard to get into.
I'm still a little nerdy, so I only was just getting into edibles right as I left California, and then I got here, and I'm like scared to do anything. Now I'm just like, a one-trick pony, but it's okay. I'm really fun on wine. It's like great.
Cheers.
You're doing it right.
Designer, you could tell I'm like shopping on Etsy. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Total Etsy. Oh yeah. So, but here's what I will say. I feel like trying to get into a package of edibles similar to trying to get into a package of Plan B. Has anybody ever had to take Plan B here? That package, right? The package, it's like locked up so tightly. Like, I don't think these people it's almost offensive because I'm like, why is it harder to get into a package of Plan B than it is into my own vagina?
That package wants you to stay pregnant.
I know, it's rude. Like when you're
the baby.
Like,
Oh my God, exactly.
Baby. Can you see it? I kept the box. Oh, I think Johnny's giving me the light.
Not at all.
It's my Citizen app saying somebody's getting shot 200 feet
away. But I had to buy my first Plan B ever like about a month and a half ago.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, first of all,
I'm very careful. We're very careful. We just both did it just to ease our conscience.
Okay,
like $55.
I'm excited to do crowd work with the whole show. This is the best ever. But Johnny, did you pay for it? Do you know it's $50?
$55?
Well, $49 at CVS. And I used a coupon, and it was a coupon where they had one of those like 40% off one item. So then I got $20 off my Plan B, and I felt pretty fucking smart.
Whoa.
The fact that I bear back.
Whoa.
But
also, shoot, I'm thinking of the day after, or the day after. That's when I bought.
I think you have like 72 hours, but it's really hard to get into the package. And like, I don't think that the people of this Plan B, I don't think they understand. Like, we're not waiting to get home to have a ceremony to fucking open the package. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's ironic that they call it a package.
The fucking kitchen knives to get into this. I literally barely paid for it. I'm barely out the door, and I'm trying to fucking swallow a pill. And you can't get into the package. They're just like, and then the fucking the security alarm went off because it has a security alarm on it. So then I was like beeping when I walked out the door. It's like, I'm like, you're a Plan B girl. I just like, can I have a knife? And then, anyways. Anyways, it's okay. I have no after effects, clearly. Is it over yet? Okay. One more joke. Only because now that we have Zoom comedy, I could do a swivel chair closer, which I'm really excited about. Did I get the light? I can't tell. I'm not paying attention.
There is no light. There is no light.
What? Did I get the light?
Oh, you weren't here. That's right. When I said it.
Light is just a few guys now.
Look at this, guys. Now you can tell I'm 41, right? Look at this. It's like I'm 39. I'm 41. I'm 39. I'm 39. Okay. Is it okay? No. Okay. This is real. Okay. This is. I'm gonna do a joke that I really like doing, but I feel like I can't do it anymore because the new world. I could do it in the old, but I'll close with this. A lot of my friends have quit drinking. Not me. I've gone pro. But here's what I will say. I feel like I think for a lot of people, I mean, if you're a functioning alcoholic, the problem with drinking is like gaining weight. Like I'm always like, I'm not like a bad drunk, so I feel like I can drink, but I get scared I'm gaining weight. And so I've been doing a lot of yoga here on my yoga mat behind me in my apartment. And thank you, Blackwicks, for the lovely yoga mat. And I've been going on runs. So I'm trying to exercise to work off my beer because I like beer.
Me too.
Yeah, I like beer. I'm sorry. I like beer, okay? And so then whenever I say I'm exercising, whatever, a lot of my friends who are more fit than me are always like, Christina, just so you know, if you want to lose weight, it's more diet than it is exercise. It's more diet than exercise. So I thought about what they said to me, and I took a good look at everything I put in my body, both food and beverage. And I assessed the situation. And I was just like, wow, I should be way fatter. It's not bad, you guys. You guys have no idea how often I eat cheese at midnight. Like I should be in a mobility scooter, okay? I could be in a mobility scooter. You don't even know. Look, like.
Oh my God.
See, that's a joke I can only do now on Zoom. Okay, that's my time.
Zoom closer.
That's it. Thank you.
The first Zoom standing ovation closer I've ever seen. Honestly, that was fantastic. And you didn't do it tonight, but you also had a good joke. I think when we were texting, and you're like, you were out with friends, and you're like, I gotta go home. Why? I have a show.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing that one like all the time. Oh yeah, Johnny, how about this? Coin challenge? Do you have your coin handy?
Whoa!
I get you right now. I'm taking a fucking picture of this. Do you guys know about Johnny Cardinale and his fucking coin challenge?
We'll talk about this after the show.
Oh no, wait! I'm getting a photo just for reference.
I'm stuck in Ohio. I didn't bring one to Ohio.
That is no excuse, you bastard! You fucking cost me so many drinks.
That's a baller move on your part.
I got a question. Can I ask a question?
Christine, absolutely.
To Christina, do you have a landline?
No.
I was just gonna ask that.
Wait, did we all just get notifications being like Wi-Fi, landline? Oh, are you phone in my background?
Liar, we see it.
Oh yeah, look at that phone.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. We got to get that.
Star Trek Enterprise.
Hold on. Let's get it. Oh my gosh. Is that one of those video? Is that one of those old video phones that like they have on the wall?
Oh no, it's for when somebody wants to phone into my apartment or if I'm getting it delivered.
I'm even taking a picture of that. That's hilarious.
You guys, I live in Brooklyn, all right? We need to fucking look at people when they like knock on our doors. That's what the phone is.
That's cool.
It's just for people getting in a
building. What a good eye, Blackburn. Way to go.
Thank you. What a good eye. But for the record, I kind of missed the landline. I would have one.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, you guys. Hey,
sorry for calling you a liar.
Hey, are we all waiting for our last comedian? Are we waiting for our last comedian?
The Amazon hotline back there. It's just Amazon hotline. Don't judge me. Jeff Bezos.
All right, enough. Come to the stage. Like Christina Walkinshaw has been all overseas on tour with me.
Oh no, I just jizzed over the whole shit.
I have to go.
We're gonna miss you.
We all know Nick.
I love you guys. My audio stopped working. Bye.
You were great, Shannon.
Absolutely, so funny. Nick is like one of my best friends in comedy. Great comedian. Also, a guy who founded the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. Amazing. It's been going on for like 6 or 7 years now. It's sponsored by major sponsors, Hollywood sponsors, or whatever. All that aside, great comedian. Give it up for Nick Novicki, everybody.
Yay! How's it going, everybody?
Hey.
Nick. It is fun to be here.
Decent lighting. What a concept.
You know, it's funny. When you see yourself in the little Zoom box, you're like, am I even like, can you be seen at all? And then you're like, oh wait, I am.
I don't think you're too big.
Once it's big, you're like, Usually my angle is so bad where I'm like, literally you could see like a portion of me and I'm in a weird side angle. But I'm excited to be here. This is actually this is my first Zoom comedy show, believe it or not.
Really?
Wow, yay, welcome.
Hey, just the pillow to the side. Good look. Good look.
Yeah, you clap
You know
yourself.
what I mean? I got a random shirt. I'm like, what's scene, what's not? I'm on a bed. I've never sat down and did comedy before. This is fun. It's exciting. I'm living a kind of a crazy life. I'm higher risk, so I haven't seen anyone but my wife, and I also have a French bulldog, but is in a different room. So I'm in that weird spot where just, Johnny, you said it, like we've been overseas, we've been in the Middle East, literally on the Syrian border. Now I'm like, I can't go into CVS. We're living that weird life where we ended up driving across country because I was like, I run this film challenge and it was like a busy time for me. So I was like, I want to go somewhere where there's, great Wi-Fi, and I just want to get out of LA because there's a lot of homeless people that just, like, live outside of my apartment.
It's getting ridiculous there.
So we just drove, and it was fun. I was like, let's just drive. We're just two little people and a French bulldog just driving across country. We just blended in Kansas, like the only people with masks, the only little people, walking into like restaurants, and everybody was like, why are they wearing masks? Is like the first thing I'm thinking everywhere we went. But it was fun. And ultimately, like, I came here to like the East Coast, in Wuhan, China, to kind of relax a little bit, in a safer zone. Now my parents live in New Haven, Connecticut. So I'm here, and this is the kind of crazy thing. I don't know if you guys know, but like Connecticut does not let anyone in other than like people from like Rhode Island without like a mandated 17-day like quarantine, and you have to sign up. So we're basically like fugitives here. So it's like we're living this crazy life where like in the beginning, like even though we did it the right way, my parents were like, literally, it was like we were like smuggling in heroin. They were like, just hide, put the car inside, you got California plates. I'm like, we're going to Starbucks. Like, we're not, no one's after us. There's no like Gestapo that's like just driving around and they're just going to randomly shoot us. Like, there's not like enough infrastructure. Like, I was in LA with like Black Lives Matter protests. Like, I know, like, there's not enough cops to like stop anything right now. Like, we're not gonna just like pull me over and just start beating me up. Like, you're from California, you're gonna kill people here. Like, that's not gonna be a reality. But no, I came here and we're like, we'll just get work done. It's a safer place, lower risk. And then there ended up being a hurricane. So we lost power. We were like already, my parents were like nervous because even though we did it the right way and legally, they were still like, we're harboring fugitives. So like they were not cool with it. And then there's a hurricane. So we have to work in like a Starbucks parking lot. And we're just like, we just look like crazy homeless people. We still have like all the stuff in our back seats. And we just are basically like living in a Starbucks parking lot. And people are just looking around. We're like, hey, what's up? Just trying to work and get stuff done on like Wi-Fi with bags and stuff. Cause we literally have been traveling for the last 2 months. And it is like that crazy time where I don't know if anybody else has, Johnny, you're in Ohio, if anybody else here has gone home, but it's that great time where you can just go anywhere. No, you don't have to be anywhere right now. Literally, there is no in-person anything happening. So it doesn't matter where you are. You could literally be like, it doesn't matter. So I'm living that nostalgic thing. I'm in my parents' house. I'm eating dinner with my parents, just kind of hanging out. I'm in my old bedroom. Just like, it's like
Is
a fun.
bedroom still sort of the same as it always has been?
It's exactly the same. I still got like posters from like junior high. I put random little stars on the, it's the same. I'm living that like 13-year-old, like the Yankees are going to win it this year, like lifestyle.
Are you on a bunk bed?
Yeah, I don't have a bunk bed, but it has like, I have like bunk bed sheets.
Your head is right next to the ceiling.
Yeah, no, these are like sheets of a bunk bed though, so that is kind of fun. But it is it's a kind of crazy scenario where I live though, because you know, I've been in a lot of TV shows, and so where I'm from, I'm also like the fall, like my high school, they asked me to speak like once a year, usually for something. Like we don't have a speaker. Let's get Nick, you know, he'll talk about some, you know, I taught, but I feel like because of quarantine, they keep asking me to do different things. They're like, so anyways, you want to talk about that time you did, you know, I'm like, but like, even like a graduation, they're like, you know, maybe you got some celebrity friends, you can get a, you know, video and, you know, we want you to give a speech too, you know, and I'm like, okay, so I'm starting to do a thing. And I'm like, are they even getting this? Like, I just feel like they're just literally like in that, like, they're just asking everybody. Like, it's just like, it doesn't matter what you did. They're like, just talk. You want to teach science today? You know, if you want to come in, you know, isn't that like weird learning where you just become a teacher?
Nick had to tell them, hey, I can't get John Cusack tonight. I'm doing Johnny C's Zoom show. Okay.
Well, exactly. But the funny thing about it is now it is like there's nothing playing anymore. So it's reruns. I've been in about 75 Christmas movies, and they're all on right now. I swear to God, there's Santa Buddies is playing on 4 different networks right now in the middle of August. Residuals. But it's that weird time where I'm like going outside and people like, did I just see you in a Christmas movie? I'm like, why is there a Christmas movie playing? It's summertime, all right? I better be paid for this, you know? And it's like that crazy. And right before this too, like I was on The Good Doctor right before the world ended. You know,
did I just see you sanding down a wooden car?
Exactly. But I right before, like literally, I guest starred on The Good Doctor in.
Hey,
February.
we watched that. We watched that right here, dude.
Thank you.
Go watch it. The Good Doctor. This guy was on. It was awesome.
My friend Gary Haas works on that show.
I was
Canada.
The show itself sucks.
In Canada.
Awesome. It was fun. Canada is awesome. But the funny thing about it is normally like, you know, I get clothes made for me all the time, you know, because they'll make clothes for you on a set. And I'm like, hey, let me keep that, you know, like, you know, who's going to wear this suit? Like The Sopranos, I got an Armani suit. Like, I'm like, let me get this. But usually I'm like trying to get that, like the fanciest kind of equipment, you know, or like an outfit. Now, I was on The Good Doctor in February, all right? Had I known we were about to go through a global pandemic, I would have been like, hey, can I have some of these masks, you know, laying around here? You know, you got anything like, you know, some of these like oxygen tanks?
Can I have this gown with no ass? How about that? The gown?
Can I have any of that survival kit that's going to keep me alive when everyone's dying? You mind if I keep this?
Dude, you walking out to the parking lot in your gown on the show?
Because no one's thinking about it. It's February. I mean, this thing creeped up so
fast. Unrealistic that I was dying. You guys got to go on and watch Nick on the Good Doctor. It is so great.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And the craziest thing about it too, you know, so with The Good Doctor, it was this kind of crazy thing. So my background too, I had a lot of surgery as a kid. And I had, you know, I relived everything because I was going through like being in a doctor, but, you know, and I'm going through all these tubes and the whole surgery episode. So I'm going through it. But the funniest thing about it is when I had all these surgeries as a kid, like I was in the hospital for 6 months and then 6 months again. But that was like the best I did with chicks, like as a kid, because it was like all little people in this thing. And I had my first kiss. I felt my first boob in the hospital. So it was like all these things. I'm like, I'm reliving all these things as I explain to people. I'm like, oh, I had a lot of surgery. And they're thinking it's like a sad, emotional moment. And I'm in this drama. And I'm like, no, I'm reliving that time where I felt my first boob, you know, in my head. It's that like a different style of method acting, I guess. Even though that doesn't have anything to do with
story, dude.
But it was a crazy time. We're in a crazy time, man. It's like this.
The craziest, arguably the craziest time in planet Earth history.
I think so. I mean, I legitimately have not seen anybody since March. Like my wife and I, even we're driving and we're going around, but we're like living in this like crazy, because I'm also somewhat of a germaphobe. And so people want to, you know, little people like to just randomly touch little people. Like I'll just have random people come up to me, like shake my hand, put their arm around me. I'm like, I'm in this like spot where I'm like, get away from me. I'm getting in the car, you know, like, and that's like basically why I'm a fugitive in Connecticut. You know, I just drove out here. I have a gun. I drive with a gun. I have a Tommy gun, and we're selling whiskey out of the back.
Did you get the gun from a set?
20s references, not going to work on my Zoom comedy show, okay? I got a Tommy gun. Okay? All right.
Got a Tommy gun. Hey, see, you can't touch me. There's a global pandemic going on, huh?
Prohibition jokes, okay? Not bad.
I have a question, Nick.
Yeah.
Who cut your hair? I really like it. It's the best
Thank you.
cut I've seen.
Thank you for asking. I've been dying to ask him
Thank
that.
you so much. So I got it. We literally have been like, we stayed with Teal, my wife Teal's parents, and like we're literally living like I'm pushing 40, and we're like, let's just live with our parents forever. You know, like we're like switching it up from like parent to parent and just driving around like hobos. And
did you leave your apartment? Do you still have your apartment in Hollywood?
we still have our apartment. But we were like,
he's literally right off Hollywood Boulevard on Orange, like right
Yeah.
behind the Chinese.
But your hair looks so good. Who cut it?
thank you. I got a cut in Colorado, and it was yeah, they did a good job.
Close experience.
It was so terrifying. I hate everything. Honestly, like I there's no way for me to sugarcoat it. Like I don't like any experience like right now. Like while I'm like going to the bank, I'm like, just get away from me. Like I want to just like I'm just throwing shit at people, you know, but
Yeah.
oh, swearing here. You know, usually I'm not a swearer. Johnny knows I keep it. Yeah. But the it's yeah, it was one of those things where it is the haircut experience was definitely like because I wanted to keep my mask on.
Yeah.
And I had like a photo shoot happening, and like it was like a big deal for me that I was like excited about. So we were trying to get you know, I want the haircut, and I was paranoid about the whole experience. So I leave the mask on, and they start cutting the hair, but I have my sideburns, and like they're just like haircut people will just ask you random questions like, hey, you want me to cut this off a little bit? You want me to do that? And I'm like, yeah. I just like, I'm scared. So I just say yes to everything. I'm like living in kind of mask fear. And I'm like, you know, they're
wash it. Did you let them wash it?
I didn't let them wash it.
That's
But so
smart. You're quick.
so they start going like this though. And they're like, I thought like, I'm like, yeah, just even it up, my beard, you know, cut it. So she takes, because I still have the mask on, and she just starts going, Heep, and all of a sudden now I'm missing a complete sideburn here. And she's like, I'm like, so are we just taking it all off? She goes,
You're right.
you think I should? I go, I think so. Probably now, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to go with what they. Sometimes I know. I get it, dude. You're like that. But it looks great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Christine, I didn't want to say it because like a guy. Hey, Nick, who did your hair? I can't say that, you know.
Johnny, you got beautiful eyes. I'll tell you that right now.
But I was thinking it the whole time. His hair looks great. Okay, here's my favorite Nick Novicki story, right? I have a lot of Nick Novicki stories, guys. I've traveled with him overseas a few times. Nick, even though he talks about it, but Nick is a pusher and shaker, a mover and shaker. He likes to work deals all the time. He's like, I like working deals. You know, we walk into a restaurant. What's your best? You know, anyhow, me and Nick were in like England, I think, Oxford, England, for a couple hours. We're walking around, taking pictures of, you know, the university, the castles. Nick and I are by ourselves. We walk into this shop. He goes, hey, let me handle it. He walks up this little shop. He walks up to the lady. He goes, hey, what kind of deals you got going here? We got, what do we got? What, 2 for 3, 3 for 7? What are we doing? It's a postcard shop. He's 17 years old. Like 20 cents a piece. And Nick's trying to work her over.
You look like she looked like I shot her. She looked like I shot her in the foot.
He's like, I'll handle this. What do we got? 3 for 5? What are we doing?
10 for 1
was postcards. It's still my favorite Nick story of all time.
It was so fun.
It's a really good story.
Oh my God! Hey, you guys were all hilarious, man. Yeah. I'm glad we all got to meet, connect with each other. You guys should all do Christine's show, Storyworthy. It's phenomenal. Mike has a fantastic podcast studio. Hey, Mike, are you doing any remote podcasts, or is it really just strictly studio stuff?
We do most stuff in the studio, but we've had people hit us up that we just show up with equipment. You know, we try to we just try to say yes to everything, but
absolutely, changing times and all that kind of stuff.
What's the name of the show, man? I'll tune in.
Well, it's actually just my personal podcast is Best Champions Podcast. I like live stream once a week, but I own Third Wheel Podcast Studio, or co-own it, which we just have a studio we rent out to people, and we have a bunch of
follow each other on Instagram. Follow us all on Instagram. Who's ever watching. We appreciate you all. Christina WALKINSHAW, thanks for staying up late.
Everybody was so fun. That was so fun. Even though I hate Zoom and I feel like I'm terrible on it, but I had so much fun.
Oh my God, you're hilarious. And the first literally standing ovation walk off Zoom joke. Oh, you know how badly I want to.
You know what else was great about that joke? What else was great about it was that you rolled. You kind of rolled out of it. We're like,
we can do comedy in swivel chairs now.
Oh, God. Hey, let's give a nice round of applause for Q, Ryan Kloss.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to meet all you guys.
Thank you for having us, Johnny.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you all, and we'll all do this again live in LA.
This is all, but we know that this is a scam to like take down comics on the East Coast, because all the West Coast comics like making the shows at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then everybody's drunk on the East Coast.
Yeah, that was. I woke up really early today, and I was like, "Oh man, you're like start drinking coffee. You're like, I'm gonna be asleep."
Exactly.
That weird quarantine thing.
Zach, I took a nap at like 4 o'clock. I was drinking like a soda pop or whatever at like 5 or 6. I was like, I can't start drinking too early. I have a show at 11.
My favorite Zoom joke is, I gotta get home. I got a show.
I know. I have to go home. I have a show. I do it all the time. Today I was home all day though, so it was just like me like looking at alcohol in my apartment and not drinking it. It's like,
good.
Yeah. Well, hey everybody, thanks for promoting it, and thanks for being a part of it, and we'll see you guys in real life sometime, some point. Blah blah.
Thanks,
Johnny. All right, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Be well. Be safe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks.
Bye, Johnny.